Dark Northwest is a horror audio drama containing mature themes. For content warnings, please see the episode description. Inspired by reported paranormal events, this podcast is a work of fiction. Real locations and historical figures may be referenced, but all characters, dialogue, and storylines are fictionalized for entertainment purposes. The creators make no claims regarding the accuracy of the events portrayed. Listener discretion is advised. You are listening to Tales of the Dark Northwest, created by Kirsten Fay and Ron Liotta, starring Cassandra Schwartz, Robbie Clifford, and Ron Liotta, narrated by Alex Gardaby, music by Aaron Edens. In the small college town of Ellensburg, Washington, siblings Mike and Rachel were enjoying a night out at their local pool hall, the Corner Pocket. The room was crowded for a Wednesday night, with rowdy patrons enjoying rounds of billiards, darts, and, of course, beers. Rachel had won their first 2 games of pool and was already ahead on their third.
Heard from Mom and Dad recently?
Yeah, they said the weather in Florida is nice. The move across the country was kind of a pain, but they're settling in just fine. I was pretty relieved when they finally got to the head of the waiting list for their new retirement community last summer.
Good to hear. How about you? The house okay?
It's a lot of house for one person, but I'm managing. You know, your old room is still open if you need a place to crash.
Nah, the studio I rented is right by my work and is pretty cheap. Plus, I don't want to be a mooch off my big sister. I couldn't handle my life being any more of a tragedy.
Mom and Dad still haven't spoken to you?
Not since I got out of jail.
I'm sure they'll come around. They just need some time. How's work at the shop?
My boss is kind of a jerk, but it pays well, and I really dig working with all the older model cars that roll through. The students rarely have newer rides, so repairs are a lot more simple. How about you?
Rachel sunk the red 3 ball with a confident shot.
It's a nurse job in a college town. I'm mostly treating students who are victims of their own stupidity, but the attendings in the ER are pretty chill since we don't see a ton of dire emergencies, though things can get intense when they do. I swear if I have to administer one more STI test...
It's 2026. College students still haven't figured out how condoms work?
You think?
Hey, watch it. You bumped into me.
Oh, God, is that fucking Cody?
Leave it be, Mike.
After letting Mike win their last game to calm his nerves, the siblings moved over to an empty table to get off their feet.
You got work in the morning?
Nah, my boss still has me on part-time. Says ex-cons gotta earn full-time benefits.
That's shitty.
A lean, muscular young man wearing a Gucci graphic tee and matching joggers stumbled towards the siblings. He reeked of alcohol and bergamot-scented body spray. His eyes were locked on Rachel's chest, causing him not to notice who her male companion was.
Hey, pretty lady. The name's Cody. You got an Instagram? Because my mom always told me to follow my dreams.
Really? Sorry, dude, not interested.
Come on, baby, I promise. I'm a real good time. I could take you somewhere way nicer than this. When was the last time you got wined and dined?
Mike scowled and clenched his fists. While Rachel noticed her brother's intent, Cody was still locked in on her cleavage.
First, my eyes are up here, fuckboy. Second, I said not interested. I'm spending time with my brother. If I wanted a hookup, it wouldn't be with some douche wearing mommy and daddy's money.
Damn, no need to be a stuck-up bitch. I'm just trying to...
Mike stood up and grabbed Cody by the face, forcibly shutting his mouth. Mike was larger than Cody by at least half a foot, and despite wanting to stay out of trouble, he wasn't above violence when the situation called for it.
She said not interested. Now why don't you back the fuck off before you say something that gets more than your feelings hurt?
Mike shoved Cody backwards just hard enough to show him that he was physically outmatched.
What the fuck, man? Oh, holy shit, it's you! Hey there, buddy. Looking to get locked up again? It was such a huge bummer that the public defender couldn't get you a better deal.
You threw the first punch, you little shit!
Sorry, big guy. Money always wins.
Okay, that's enough. Why don't you run back to Daddy and leave us alone, or I'll cut your balls off and throw them in a ditch.
Mike nodded in agreement, giving a look of mocking pity for Cody.
You're both crazy, man. Fuck this. I'm out.
Cody stormed out the front door, leaving the siblings behind.
What the hell was that?
What?
Do you want to get arrested again?
No, you're right. Thanks for always looking out for me.
You do the same for me.
Yeah, but when Mom and Dad cut me off, you were the only one who visited me. It meant a lot. I owe you.
You don't owe me anything. I'm your big sister. I'll always be here for you.
After finishing their drinks, they went outside so Mike could have a smoke. It was a quiet and rainy night in the parking lot of the corner pocket, and seemingly no one was around. Mike cupped his hand over a cigarette and struggled to light it in the drizzle. Just as he got it lit, a figure moved quickly from the shadows and struck him in the back of the head, staggering him to the ground. Rachel reeled around to see Cody standing over her brother screaming.
What now, motherfucker?
Seeing her brother hurt, Rachel's blood boiled and she lunged at Cody, throwing her shoulder into his chest, knocking him backwards. Cody tripped over the downed Mike and stumbled backwards. As he lost his footing, Cody fell hard on the concrete, his head making a sickening crack as it impacted with the ground. Rachel turned to her brother.
You okay?
Yeah, not the first time I've been sucker punched.
Rachel helped Mike to his feet, and the pair walked over to Cody, who lay motionless on the ground. They stood, mouths agape and eyes wide, as a pool of blood formed under the back of Cody's head and was swiftly carried away with the rain down into the gutter.
Holy shit. Is he?
Rachel quickly knelt down to check Cody. He wasn't breathing. She placed her fingers on his wrist, feeling for a pulse. Nothing.
Call 911.
She began CPR. Mike hesitated, frantically looking around.
Is he going to be okay?
She ignored him and continued compressions, checking him several more times for a pulse. After a few minutes, nothing. She continued CPR.
No! He's fucking dead. Oh god, are they on the way?
We can't.
What do you mean?
We can't call 911. It doesn't matter how it happened. We just killed him.
No, maybe they can.
Rachel, you're a nurse. Look at him. If you tell me there's a chance they can save him, I'll make the call right now.
Rachel looked down. There was a split in Cody's skull where his head impacted with the concrete. Blood and viscera were exposed to the night air. She looked back up at Mike and shook her head, unable to speak. Her compressions began to slow.
I picked the fight. This is on me. I'm not letting you go down for just protecting me. We gotta do something. Help me put him in the back of the truck.
What?
You heard me. If we don't do something with the body, I'm going to prison for a long time.
But I pushed him. I'll just explain to the cops exactly what happened.
I'm not gonna let you ruin your life. It was an accident, but with no witnesses, we're screwed, especially after that scene in the bar.
What about a security camera?
There isn't one out here.
How do you
I looked while you were doing CPR. Now we gotta move before someone sees us.
No, this is insane. If we move him, they are definitely going to assume it was murder.
You're right. This is crazy. I'm taking him to the hospital. Go home. I'll tell them what happened, but leave you out of it. After our game, you walked home. Then I was attacked, and I pushed him. Got it?
With your history, they are never going to believe us.
Doesn't matter.
Rachel sat for a moment thinking about the times she'd visited Mike in jail. He was miserable there, like a caged animal, always on edge. She remembered the times she stayed up, worried he wasn't going to make it.
I'm coming with you.
No.
Shut up and get his arms.
The siblings loaded the body into the back of the truck as quickly as they could. Fortunately for them, no one came outside during the whole ordeal. They jumped into the cab and Mike sped off down the highway towards downtown.
Damn it!
Calm down, or you're gonna get in a wreck.
Just on the outskirts of town, Mike hurriedly pulled over and looked at Rachel with panic in his eyes.
Rach, I can't go to prison. Jail was a nightmare, and prison is 1,000 times worse.
God damn it, Mike.
We have to ditch the body. You know he's dead. There's no going back on that. Even if we get him to the hospital—
I know. Okay. What do we do?
I don't know. Let me think. Uncle Mel.
What?
Remember Dad's crazy brother who moved to Australia?
Yeah? Why?
He used to tell that wild story about a hole on his property where he and his neighbors would dump their garbage. Remember how he said they tried to measure the depth once with fishing line and gave up after like 80,000 feet?
Right. He said that it was bottomless and haunted or something. You are not suggesting.
He came back for a visit that one time and showed me and Dad where it was. The land is owned by the government now and nobody is up there. We could ditch the body. No one would find it.
Jesus, Mike. This is crazy.
I know, but what's the alternative? We already moved the body. No matter what we say, we're in deep shit. We have to clean this up.
This has gone way too far.
You got a better idea?
The two sat for a moment, racked with guilt and panic. Finally, Rachel spoke.
You're not going to let me confess, are you?
No. Even if they believed you, I helped you move the body.
You sure you remember where this hole is?
Yeah, but—
No buts. I'm your big sister, and I am not going to let us rot for this.
Mike started driving again. They made their way through the wet, rocky hills just outside of Ellensburg. Eventually, they turned down a driveway obscured by years of neglect, the gravel mostly reclaimed by grass and weeds. It led to an ominous, abandoned farmhouse. The unlit farmland cast shadows all around, with the headlights acting as their only illumination. As the truck lit up the house, they saw the doors and windows were boarded shut, and half the roof had collapsed on one side.
Uncle Mel's.
It was.
Where now?
Back end of the property.
Just past the farmhouse was an 8-foot-tall rusted chain-link fence. Warning signs hung from it like wards against prying eyes. No trespassing. U.S. government property. Violators will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Despite the threatening notices, the fence was in poor repair. The metal had rusted so badly it looked ready to snap under any applied force. Small portions of the fence had obviously been cut by trespassers, but nothing large enough for a truck to pull through. Mike pulled the truck up to the gate and slowly inched forward, pushing the bumper through it. The gate cracked open with little resistance, leaving only rust residue on the truck. He drove further into the back of the property. There, he pulled over near a second, partially collapsed fence, only half the height of the first, that surrounded the hole.
There.
We're really doing this.
At this point, I don't think we have much of a choice.
The rain stopped as the two silently exited the truck and went to the back. Mike grabbed Cody's hands, which had already grown cold, and Rachel grabbed his feet, his expensive sneakers dirty from being dragged. They moved the motionless body towards the hole, his skin pale already, and his dead eyes staring open at the sky.
Oh my God.
You hear that?
Yeah. I don't like this. Maybe Uncle Mel wasn't so crazy after all.
As the two carried Cody to the edge of the hole, the hairs on their bodies stood on end as if pulled by an electrical charge. Their nervous systems felt overloaded and they both began to shiver. Using the moonlight peeking through the clouds and the truck's headlights to see, they looked down into the opening. A black abyss roughly 9 feet in diameter. The dirt around the edges seemed darker than the surrounding ground, as if stained by the blackness of the void. A hollow, empty sound seemed to echo up from below.
Just one heave and this is over. I'll take you home, clean the truck, and we never have to talk about this again.
We're just supposed to live with this?
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy, but living with the guilt is better than whatever shitty sentence they would call justice that we'd have to face. He attacked me, you protected me, there was an accident, there was no saving him. That's the end of it.
Mike looked into Rachel's eyes, and they both steeled themselves. They swung the body like a pendulum between them to get momentum. The apex of one of the swings, they tossed the body into Uncle Mel's hole. Quickly lost sight of it as the remains plummeted into the darkness. After a brief moment, they felt a slight rumbling underfoot. A beam of dark energy, like formed electricity devoid of light, shot out from the hole. It reached towards the sky, briefly parting the clouds before dissipating back into the depths of the breach.
Run!
Ah!
Mike started the truck and gunned the 8-cylinder engine, peeling off towards the farmhouse. They raced away from the scene, terrified by what they both had witnessed. In the darkness, as the truck passed the open gates, Mike was unable to see a piece of rebar jutting up from the ground and ran over it, puncturing the driver's side front tire. Mike lost control of the vehicle and it careened toward the old farmhouse, slamming into the dilapidated wall and deploying the airbags. Rachel awoke from the sun hitting her eyes the next morning. Her head throbbed and she could taste blood in her mouth. Once she gained her bearings, she looked over at her brother. He was slumped against the deflated airbag and steering wheel, still unconscious, but breathing. She shook Mike gently until he awoke.
You okay, bro?
Oh, I think my ribs are bruised and my head is fucking killing me, but all things considered, no. That was fucked. You?
About the same. Can you move?
Yeah.
The pair helped each other crawl out of the wreckage and sat on the still intact tailgate of the truck that was jutting out of the side of the house. Mike laid his head against Rachel's shoulder and tears welled up in both of their eyes as the sobering reality of last night's events overtook them. The siblings sat quietly as the sun continued to rise, but froze in terror as they both spotted a backlit figure stumbling towards the gate.
Who the hell is that?
Oh no.
The figure continued to approach, each step labored and unsteady. Mike leapt to his feet and positioned himself in front of Rachel. Once it was close enough, the two gasped as they recognized Cody. Its eyes were hollow and distant, clothing tattered, and it wore an unnaturally wide smile. Its movements were twitchy, lacking any grace or fluidity. Mike balled his fists, ready for conflict as it walked close. The thing that was Cody cocked its head to the side and opened its mouth to speak, hesitating for an uncomfortable amount of time, as if struggling to remember how to form words.
Don't worry about it. This'll be our little secret.
It leaned in close. Mike swung on the creature, but it disappeared into shadow, quickly materializing behind him. It reached out and gripped Mike on the shoulder. His body went limp, collapsing to the ground. He didn't move.
Mike!
It's okay. It's so much darker down there than you could ever imagine. Let me show you.
Greetings, Darklings. Ron and Kirsten here. Stick around till the end for a big announcement.
Thank you for listening to Episode 7 of Tales of the Dark Northwest. Thank you to all our patrons who helped make this episode possible. We wanted to give a big shout out to our acolytes of the dark on Patreon: Alicia, Greg, Carissa, and JP.
An extra special thank you goes to our heroes of the dark, Ron's old adventuring buddy, Mr. Bond, Shanzan, whose last communication on the mountain was this Patreon sub, the ever-mysterious Sloth, Rainbow, who wants to welcome any friends of DeSoto that came to listen from our Jumbotron on the Greatest Trek podcast, and Zachary Smith, who paid me to say he's my personal favorite.
If you'd like to support this independent production and get access to bonus content, visit patreon.com/darknwpodcast. For more information, check out darknw.com.
This will be our last Tales episode until our release of Season 2. Weekly episodes will begin on October 30th.
We will take a break for the holidays and be back on January 8th with Part 2 of Season 2. See you then.